All right, here we are. It's our final Algonquin trip of the year, and we're heading out for 3 days with Paula and Justin, and we're heading out on the Highland Backpacking Trail. But here we go. Let's do it. Yeah! We're going on an adventure. Woo! Bridge closed. So that shows the detour that we have to do, which is about 2.6 kilometers in one direction, just because the bridge right there is out. Here is a little pond right at the beginning of the trail. A little bit of a climb right at the beginning of the Highland. And you can see it looks like the trail markers are blue. So I'm probably gonna huff and puff a little bit more on this trip, because right after my last trip 3 weeks ago, I caught COVID. I was pretty sick for a week and then healed up, but I'm still having a lot of lung issues. Not saying I didn't huff and puff on my other videos, but I think it's going to be a little bit worse on this one. I mean, most of my videos are me huffing and puffing. Well, you can see the trail is not quite so green anymore. It is the end of October, so you can see a lot of the leaves, well, almost all of the leaves are down. So it's open, no color really now, just reddish brown leaves on the ground. So what a difference from even a month ago. Of course, with the temperature being low, but also the views. But the park is beautiful every time of year, I must say. You can see the birds have been doing their best to get all the buggies out of it. Very cool. Oh, we were going to go down here, but I don't think so. There's a lookout over there, a rock, but this is too steep. Here's another rock with a bit of a view. So we're elevated a little bit, which explains those hills we just climbed. So the view is going to get better, I think, though. I think.
Oh, it's much better now.
There, that's a gorgeous view. But I think by Provoking Lake on this third day when we're coming back, there are some lookouts towards Lake of Two Rivers. Oh, we have some views here, looking down from the trail. I guess that's why it's called the Highlands. That would be fitting. But look how beautiful it is through here. These tall pines. The rusty red looking ground because of all those pine needles, and it's so soft to walk on, you barely make a sound. So we have a little ways to go yet, and then we have to hit that detour, and then after the detour, then we start getting into the bush a little bit more. A little bit more rugged then, which is what we're looking for. So here we are coming up to the deviation from the trail. So we're going to do a little side quest here. I've heard that it's quite well marked. If we were able to go this way, it would be much shorter to Provoking Lake. But the bridge is out, so they are not letting us use that. So we have to go this way, which adds 2.6 kilometers in one direction, but I believe it's flat like this mostly. We're going to go around the old abandoned airfield, cross the Madawaska up there. Right, so we've come up to a fork. This goes towards the campground, I believe. But we have a sign here about respecting wildlife and what to do if you see a bear. If I see a bear, I'm just going to push Paula down and run, because it's all about who can run faster, right?
Yeah.
We know that's going to be the opposite.
Yes, that's true.
You'll be jumping on the back of the bear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fighting with my bare hand.
So now we're going to head off this way, down the trail, towards our next waypoint. Okay, so we are guessing, and guessing only, that that might have been the airfield out this way. Our detour is taking us this way. And, ooh, I stepped on your pole. So we are going out here. I think the airfield was in this area. But yeah, we're going to continue on this reroute. And that's where we're going to cross the Madawaska right there. Okay, we're coming up to the next marker. So yes, the detour is quite well marked. Shouldn't be a problem to find. But here's a better look at the field we were looking at, which is where I think the old airfield was. And we're going to turn right here. And this will hopefully now take us to the Madawaska. As a little bit of trivia, if you hike the track and tower, you can actually see the source of the Madawaska. I can't think of the name of the lake that it comes from offhand. Perhaps I'll put it at the bottom when I do a little research when I get home. But that is the beginning of the Madawaska that we're going to cross now. Here is the bridge. So we're very close to the point already where we're going to turn back west towards the trail. So there's the Madawaska River. Lots of log jamming happening there. Let's go down here. Have a little looky look down here. Coming back up to the next marker. So we are here. There's the Lake of Two Rivers. So now we're going to travel this way. And somewhere in here we're going to connect back onto our proper trail. All right, so I can answer my question from earlier. It's Cache Lake. Because there's the dam that you cross over when you're on the track and tower. And that is the very beginning of the Madawaska here. I found an interesting stone here, if you can see right there. I'm not sure how clear it is, but it says RIP on it because of the shape. But at the backside, you can tell it's actually just a stone that looks like that. But it's kind of funny.
Oh.
Keep walking! You're ruining my shot, man! Just for that. Hi! So the detour has been nice and flat. So it might be 2.6 kilometers, but it's not a hard walk, so not so bad. Look how cool that is. It appears like these big boulders in front of us broke off that cliff and rolled forward. Landed here. Algonquin is amazing. We have finished the detour, so that's where we would have come from. And so now we're leaving the bike path and we're heading up into here. The Highland Backpacking Trail, baby.
The first loop.
Yeah, there's 2 loops that you can do. We're doing the big main loop. We're going up and up and up.
Safe up to me.
There you go.
It's either call Justin back or find another way.
Yep.
We're coming up to a brand new boardwalk that's been built here. Right here. And I believe that the lake I'm going to show you in a minute when I have a better view is Starling Lake. Oh, very nicely done, Algonquin Park. So through the trees there, that water, I believe, is Starling Lake.
Up in a hole.
Next one.
Oh, she's bendy. What's the matter? You can't hold 300 pounds? Maybe this is Starling Lake. Or maybe those two bodies of water are actually attached. But this one's much bigger. But looks like maybe the water goes that way through those trees. Check out this brilliantly yellow tree yet. Here we are at the fork from Provoking Lake. And we're going to head west, of course, over to Head Lake. That's our end game for today. And we'll be coming back from the east side on Sunday. But again, here's the warning about it being a big backpacking trail. So if you're a day camper, do consider turning back. Looks like we have a little bit of deadfall to work around. But looks like this must have been here for a little while, because people already made a workaround. I think we'll go this way. Oh yes. Let's have a look at the underside of this culprit. Look at all the rock it's lifted up with it. There. It was obviously growing on a rock.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But easy to traverse around. Back on the main trail over here. You'll have these kind of deadfall situations along the trail.
I think I'm hearing something.
Oh, Justin, were you doing ducks on camera?
I was.
Man.
I was.
You broke my monologue, man. Let's have a look. Look at all the logs in there. Paula can't make the step. You can do it. Oh!
I got it.
Oh. Oh, that seems safe.
There's your step.
This crisscross rock. Let's go up over here and have a look at the view. Woo-wee! That is nice. And I believe that is Provoking Lake out there, because we just passed sites 6, 7, and 8. With this trip being the end of October, that ends my 7 trips this year, which is the most I've ever been able to do. I've only maybe at most done 2 backcountry trips in Algonquin a year. So I got to do 7 this year, and I got to do every month from May, June, July, August, September. Now, here's late October. But I was telling Paula and Justin that I don't have a favorite month out of all of that. Like, even now, you know, it's cooler, which is nice to hike in, and there's no bugs at all. There's still some color in the trees. So every month has something that makes it beautiful to be there for. So I don't have a favorite month. Like July, I was telling them as an example, tons of bugs, but there's also tons of birds and dragonflies, and the greenery was so lush, and it was just beautiful, right? So yeah, there was lots of bugs, but there was lots of other reasons why it was just a gorgeous trip. So my favorite month is all of them. So I think you just have to remember, like, October gets pretty cold. Like, it's supposed to be -3 tonight, -7 tomorrow. But in the summer, we were hiking in +40-degree high humidity weather. So every month has pros and cons, and I think every month is awesome, to be honest. Here is a gorgeous view of Provoking Lake. It's only the second time I've ever seen her. Paul and I did this trail, I think 3 years ago. It's the only time we ever did it. Here we are now at the fork from the first loop and the second, because of course if we went this way, we'd be going down the west side of Provoking Lake on that loop. However, that's not the way we're going, because we're heading to Head Lake, which is all the way over here, and we're up there. So there's the sign for the second loop, and the trail markers are now yellow. And of course, we are going counterclockwise on the trail, so they are just straight yellow. There's no picture of a hiker, so you can actually see on the other side of the tree. Good, it didn't make a liar out of me. You can see the hiker. We've made it to our next waypoint, just as it's starting to rain a little bit, but I'm not supposed to get a lot of rain today. Site 1 on Fire Lake is down here. I'm not sure how far it is, so since it is a longer hike for us today, we're not going to go down there and look. Look at that. That tree's greedy, man. It's eating the sign. Num, 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 num. Fire Lake through the trees there. We can see it right there. We're not too far from Fire Lake, and I found the remains of a Thunderbox outhouse. So here we have a little bit of what looks like a tree that's rotted away. But if you come around to this side, you can see it's all burnt. So I wonder if that was maybe a lightning strike or something. Have a look at this cliff covered in moss. That is pretty awesome. That looks great. Well, you come down a hill, you go back up a hill. 1 for 1. Here's another nice hill to go up. Went down a doozy, so now we're gonna go up. Good exercise.
I made it.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! The one thing with the Highland Trail that we've noticed, that unless you're near one of the lakes, Provoking or Head or the other one, you are, there's not really good views. It's just forest and not even like overly exciting. Doesn't take away from the fact that you're still in Algonquin, which is beautiful just on its own. I think that the Western Uplands offers a little bit better in that category. There we go. Let's have a look here. See if that's the viewpoint. Go up these rocks. A little bit of a view. Not a huge view. It's kind of ironic that we found the viewpoint when I said the views aren't that good, but but even the viewpoint's hard to see anything. You can see some trees on the far side. I can see a body of water, but the trees are in the way. We have a little bit of a pond here. We were hoping that was Head Creek, because that would mean we're very close to Head Lake by the time the creek became visible from the trail, but I don't think this is it. What does this say? Wasp's Head. This way, go this way. I guess it's a note for another group to come. Left behind. This is our first real water crossing that we've had to do on this entire hike. Yeah, so that next one there will move. Yeah. Maybe it doesn't move for you. Maybe just because I'm fat.
It'll disappear from me.
Ah, it moved for you. That's good. I don't feel so bad now. Here we go. Head Creek through the trees.
Moose.
Where?
Right there.
Oh yeah, we got a moose. Here, can you hold that? So we reached Head Lake, and we have a cow and a calf on the other side of the creek there. So now we're going to head over to our site on Head Lake. This means we're not too far, but we're pretty excited to see some moose. We've arrived at Head Lake. There she is. That's our end game. But now we do have to get to the south side because that's where our site is, Site 1. Passing 432 and then ours. And there she is. Well, we're seeing our first site here on Head Lake. But, oh, it does have a backpacker designation. And it's an emergency site. Because it's not a very nice campsite, that's for sure, with the trail going right through it. It's good to have those emergency sites. All right, there is Site 3. Now, we must have passed Site 4 without seeing it, because this is Site 3 already, which is good. That's a happy miss. That means our site's a little bit closer. Paula's happy about that.
Yes, I am. On the drop.
And Justin. And I'm pretty happy about it too. The 16.5 kilometers is about the max us old fogies can do. We're feeling it, but that's okay. We're gonna rest when we get there, then do our setup. We've reached a side trail here, which must take you to, yep, Site 2. There's the sign on the tree down there. We're coming up to our site. We just saw it across the way. We've got a little boardwalk to cross first. Nice and new. Look at this thing. I'm not going to do any fancy tricks for filming to get into the site. I think we're ready just to get in and pull the bags off. You did it, Paula. We're here. So there's the side trail sign, and there's our campsite sign. Number 1, Head Lake. I can't remember what this site looked like from when we camped here before. Here's our view. There's the water. Yay! Paula has to rest for a little bit, rest her back. And there's Justin getting his bag off.
Feel light like a butterfly.
Woo! One thing we've noticed is there's not a lot of tent pads. There's a nice one up there. Paula can have that. Here's the water access. This is where we went swimming from before. But there's some nice views off the rocks here. There's Head Lake. We have now got our site all set up, but considering I stayed at the site once before, I should have remembered it's a garbage site. The view is nice, I'll give it that, but tent pads are terrible. Paula is there and the ground was not even, and I'm here and the ground was so uneven that my tent wasn't even sitting on the ground on some of the corners. It did start to rain finally, so we have our tarp set up and we're just about to have supper. And then if I watch all the lines we have hanging everywhere and go here, the only place Justin could put his hammock is over here. That's where he's set up, which is close by the Thunderbox, which is down that way. But there we are, that's the site. So Justin, what are you eating tonight?
I am eating biscuits and sausage gravy and having some Arrow S'mores hot chocolate to drink.
Ooh, and that's from Peak Refuel, right? Yours?
Yes, Peak Refuel.
Okay, and you've had that before. You like that one?
I haven't had this one before. This one's new.
Okay, but I know you like Peak Refuel, so.
Yep.
And Paula, what are you eating tonight?
I'm eating chicken Alfredo pasta.
Also from Peak Refuel.
Yes.
And that one's my favorite.
Right, nice. And I'm eating something brand spanking new for me, Sly Foods. And I'm having potato bourguignon, 790 calories, so that's why I'm eating that tonight, because we had our big day today and we have another 14K tomorrow, so exciting. I'm still waiting for my food to start to be done. They're done. So we've enjoyed our dinner and now we're having some hot drinks because the temperature is definitely dropping. I think we're not going to be awake for too long tonight because the sun's going to be down by 7:30, and then the real chill will kick in. So supposed to be -3 tonight, but we shall see how cold it gets, because tomorrow night's supposed to be -7. Well, hopefully no colder than that, please. Not really prepared for it to get colder than that. We're off to hang our bear bags.
Yay!
Yay! Paula's hanging the very first bear bag she's ever hung.
Yes.
Because these are the ones you tie to a tree. Where are you hanging yours?
Gonna do mine on this tree.
Are you listening to music?
You just noticed?
I did.
All that long time.
All right, let's see Paula do this.
It's heavy.
Yay, Paula! Your first bear bag. There we go. We are done. Yay!
Mine's a lot smaller than Paula's.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. Yeah, I did mine like Paula.
Well, 'cause
More.
You said to.
I thought so, but then when I'm doing it here...
You're a liar.
I am! I'm sorry!
Oh, God.
I don't know how to count.
That's it for day one. We did our 16.4. It was a long hike. It was kind of a boring hike because there wasn't much to see. Still nice to be in the woods. But it's about 7:30 and we chose not to have a fire tonight. You know, we don't have to get up till 7 in the morning, but it's getting a bit colder now. You can see your breath out there and that. So we thought we'd crawl into bed. Say goodnight, Paula.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Justin.
Good night.
Have a good night, everyone. Well, it's morning. We made it through the night. It did rain a little bit and it got a little bit cold, but Justin and I were warm. Paula was a little bit cold, so hopefully tonight she won't be too cold when it hits -7. But yeah, we woke up to this beautiful foggy morning. Isn't that gorgeous? It's supposed to get a little bit more sunny today. That'll be nice to hike in. And tomorrow was supposed to be sunny all day, and we're looking forward to that. Now it's time to have breakfast and tear down camp and get ready for the 14 point whatever K to our next site on Provoking Lake. Justin and I are going to see if we can make it to the end of that peak there without falling in, which would be awesome.
Oh, somebody had a fire over here.
Oh, that's no good.
Nope.
Yeah. Somebody made themselves a fire pit.
Yeah.
And we know from August, from that video, what that can cause.
That can be a huge danger.
Yeah. It's very dangerous to make your own fire pits, because any of the roots from these trees here, if they're close enough underground here, they can catch fire from the heat if there's any oxygen around them. And then that can cause a root fire or a forest fire, or both. Well, Justin has found some really fresh moose poop, which is not very far from our site at all here. This is on that little peninsula we were just walking on. Very cool. and you come right up here.
Come in. It's full out.
Oh yeah.
Distinct the prints in the soft moss stone.
Well, it's time for breakfast. Day number 2, waking up at Head Lake. So we did our little excursion this morning, found quite a bit of muscat. Even Paula got to join us on this one. Now it's time for breakfast. Pack up the campsite, make sure everything's clean, and then head out. Ready?
Ready!
All right, let's do this.
Yeah!
Woo! And we're off. Day 2, off to Provoking Lake. Our first waypoint will be Harness Lake, and then Mosquito Lake, and then we got some hills to do before we get to Provoking. But we're staying on site 4 of Provoking. Coming up to another boardwalk here. It looks like a nice stable one. So, and it's wide. Like that's a great looking boardwalk, I must say. These big open areas is where you keep your eye open for moose or other animals that could be around. We didn't leave site till 10:30 today. We are always off site by 9 and on the trail, but this is our last trip this year. Although Site 1 wasn't that nice for camping on, the views from it are pretty spectacular. So that definitely gave it a good edge. We are now coming up to Site 4 on Harness Lake. We've had a very quick view of the lake, but it is on the other side of that hill, and this is a fairly long side trail, so we're not going to go there, even though we're pretty fresh right now. We're going to continue, and you can see the sun looks like it might be trying to break through a little bit. It was supposed to be a little bit sunnier today. The chance of rain is much less. I think it'll be a clear night, which is why it's going to get so cold tonight. And tomorrow, if the forecast stuck from before we came in, tomorrow should be gorgeous and sunny all day. We've got some blue skies. That is a beautiful sight after the gray day yesterday. I wonder if through the trees there now you can see Harness Lake. It's a little bit farther away, but it's through the trees there. If we get closer, I will make sure I film that. Okay, coming up to Site 3 on Harness down there. Haven't been on Harness Lake yet. It's just too far to go in one day for us. And very quickly, we've arrived at the emergency site. But again, these sites, you'll have to travel a little bit in to get to the lake because it's still back there. So we're not looking at any of these sites today. Look at the size of this tree root system from this fallen tree. That is massive. Wow. It's more than twice your height, Justin. That is incredible. Oh, here's another side trail for Site 2. We're still at Harness Lake. Oh, there should be, well, I guess one more site since it went 432. We should very soon be there where we can start to turn east and make our way towards Provoking. Look at the amount of green moss through here. Isn't that cool? Been a lot of moss here on this trail. It must be the time of year with all the leaves and the water. The moss just looks, I guess without all the other leaves, the moss looks even that much greener and beautiful. We're at the sign for Harness Lake, and we can actually see Site 1 down here through the trees. So that one is not too far off the trail. But that means we're now heading east towards Provoking.
Well, since they made it up. Hi, Mommy.
Check out the bright yellow of these leaves against the dead background. Well, we've got just a tiny little deadfall over the trail. Does not look very safe at all. If we're quick, and don't touch it. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Jeez, I said don't touch it. Nice. Exactly what I did. We're all alive to hike another day. Yay! Yay! We are just checking a little side trail here because we're about to cross Mosquito Creek. And that should be associated with Mosquito Lake, which we think we're at, which is a good mile marker for us on our trip over to Provoking. Yeah, this is an open area, so I would say this is Mosquito Lake.
Moose.
It's a moose print.
Yep, more here.
All through there, you can see in the mud, there's all these prints.
Oh, we got other prints here too.
Could be fox then.
Yeah.
Or raccoon. If it looks like a hand, it's a raccoon.
Might be raccoon.
Yeah. They look like they got little hands.
Yeah.
So Mosquito Creek, the opening is right there. So when we go back into the bush there on the trail, that'll be Mosquito Creek we're crossing. Isn't it pretty with the blue skies? A little bit, anyway. See, poking through over there. Always love a blue sky, you know. I sing about it in other videos, and I promised I wouldn't anymore.
Definitely a well-used watering hole.
It is. There you go. There's a moose print. You can't say isn't for sure. Look at that. Right
There's
down
a
to the
moose
rock.
print right here too.
Ah, from this moosey moose. Okay, we're back on the main trail, and we're gonna cross over Mosquito Creek now. Here's the sign for it. Let's see my face. If I fall, it'll be funnier. There we go. None of them moved. It's always nice. And then we start the climb. You made it all the way, Paula, in the trip to the very end.
Oh well.
Now, we continue forward. We're going to hopefully find a nice spot to sit and actually take the bags off for a little bit today. Until we get too cold. Because the temperature is still around 5 degrees. And it is still mostly cloud out. So we were just talking about the fact that the north part of this loop that we did was not a very beautiful view, because it was just like maple trees with no leaves on. This side has just been gorgeous. A lot of green moss everywhere, a lot of rocks, other things to see. Of course, Harness Lake and now just Mosquito Lake there. So, I mean, that makes it that much more fun when you have things to look at and take your brain off of how you might be feeling with the weight on your back and stuff. So yeah, really enjoying day 2 a lot more than day 1 so far. We will talk after the many hills we have to do before we get into Provoking Lake. I think there's like 6 hills or so we have to climb and go down. So we'll talk again. So we found another tree here that is all charred on the inside and here. So again, I mean, it's the only thing burnt. We're wondering if that's a lightning strike. A beautiful little emerald scene through here. Moss everywhere. How nice is that? Yeah, the greenery back here is just gorgeous to walk through. Look at it, just on and on. So here is the sign for Fly Lake. Just going to be up ahead. And we're going to cross this little creek. Look at that blue sky over there. Beautiful. Well, so far we haven't seen Fly Lake. So I don't know actually if it's one that's going to be off the trail a little bit that we won't even see. All right. This is Fly Lake. I know it doesn't look like a whole lot. Just looks like a grassland with no mooses. We decided to have a little break, have something to eat, because this is our first break and we've been going for about 3.5 hours. We are now moving because we're starting to get cold. Temperatures are still low, but the sun is out. And that's a beautiful thing. Oh, this might be the hills starting. We know we have a bunch of hills. I think we counted like last time 6 hills we had to go up and down. So maybe this is the first. Well, we're going through a different kind of forest now. This is all pine. You can see all around us. And what a different look that is through the forest as we walk. That is the cool thing being out here, is going through the different ecosystems and just how the forest changes as you walk along. And one site might be completely enclosed and tons of trees and bush and you just can't go in there to get firewood, and you walk and you go to the next site and it's just an open forest you can walk through no problem, and it's pretty amazing. The forest is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And so quickly we are in a different, I don't know, is it called a biosphere? I don't know, but it's completely different again. Different trees, different look, and we are back to Mosquito Creek. Now we're no longer at the source of it, but we are at a very large section of it. You see here, look at that, nice big open field. Here, moosey. The trail goes down here. I do not yet know where it goes up again. Where do we need to go? Ah, right there, we need to cross to that spot there. Just breaking off. There's a rope. Oh, to that tree. Oh, that's funny.
Zip line?
I guess you go across these rocks, but I'm just breaking some dead branches off this tree so Paula can get through without too much trouble. As usual, Justin found an easier way than the Mark Trail. So we took it because the goal of the game is to stay alive until you get to campsite. There's that open area still. Gorgeous! Check it out. What a gorgeous bit of trail through here. This is just beautiful. Wow. I could just keep filming this forever. That is beautiful. We think we're doing the hills now because we just crested our second hill and we're about to go down. And then, I mean, if there's another one after that, we're definitely doing those hills. There's about 6 of them. So fine, we can count them down this time. Last time, we had no clue how many times we were going to have to do it for. And it was the middle of August, so it was hot. And I was suffering from a bit of heat exhaustion. Yeah, so far so good. But it also means that we're much closer to Provoking Lake. We are cresting the 3rd hill. and she was a doozy. It's not that it's so steep, but it was long. It took quite a while to go up, and actually we're still on a slight incline going up. It's not going to beat us this time. Last time was rough. This time we got you, hill. Can you believe the weather we're having here? Look at that sky. For end of October, it's hit or miss. Never know what you're going to get. You could have rain all the time too, right? But we're so lucky that today and tomorrow is supposed to look like this. Absolutely beautiful. And a joy to be hiking in. So we did only 3 hills. It just goes to show you what you remember about trips that you've only done once. I mean, Paula and I did this, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3. And I remember hating this trail. And those hills especially just killed me. But this time, it was nothing like I remembered. The hills were steep, but there was only 3. I thought there was like 6. Unless we're about to go up some more, I don't know. But yeah, you always got to give it a second try, even if you hated it the first time. I've been enjoying it quite a bit this time, today especially. Not as much yesterday, but today, really having a good time. How about you, Paula?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah? And you, Justin, on your first time?
I'm enjoying it.
Good. Considering the amount of rain that Algonquin had the last week, the trails are really, really dry. Here we have the sign now for the second loop, and a little bit of fungus growing on top. But here is the sign for the first loop. So if you're staying on the west side of Provoking, you would go here. But we are not. So we are going to continue this way to the east side. See, first loop. Because you can do the first loop, which is just around Provoking Lake. So now we'll make our way to the east side, and we are the first regular site. There is an emergency site, or I think it could be a canoe site. So we'll pass that, and then we will get to our site. Here's another hill right in front of us, going up. I tried to find the elevator, I couldn't find it. So I guess I gotta use the stairs.
I told you we were supposed to turn right back there for it.
Oh man, why don't I ever listen? Here's the beginning of Hill 5. But we're gonna do it. There's no hill that's going to beat us.
Nope.
But 4 was bigger than this one. Hill 3 and 4 were the big ones. This one, from what we can see, is not quite as tall. So if you look at this tree that's fallen over, you see all these scratches, and they look like they could be maybe a bear having done that. See, a group of 4. Well, it looks like Hill 6. So I think we were right in the number of hills. I hope so. I hope there's no more. This one's not so bad. Provoking Lake is through the trees down there. But one thing to bear in mind if you're doing the Highland Trail, especially if you're doing the whole thing, first and second loop together, there are quite a few hills at the south end of Provoking. This is our 8th, and they're fairly close together, so be prepared to go up and down quite a bit. You can see Provoking Lake glinting through the sunlight over there. This is pretty late. It's like almost 5 o'clock, which is the latest we have ever gotten to a site, especially when the sun goes down at 7. But we did leave at 10:30 this morning, which is an hour and a half later than we've ever left a site. We're bound and determined to have a fire tonight because it's our very last night in the backcountry for this year. So even if it's a small fire, we want to have a little something. Here is the emergency site on Provoking Lake. That means we are 5 or 10 minutes away from our site. It's good because the sun's getting pretty low. All right, all right, all right. After almost 7 hours of hiking, we are at our site. Site for Provoking Lake. Let's go! Wow, compared to the site we were on yesterday, this one is a beauty. 2 tent pads right here. I can see them right away. I don't care where Justin sleeps. He sleeps in a hammock. We're tents. We're tent campers. We don't care about hammock campers. Justin has been having to go bathroom for a little while. So he's going to our, what we saw as a very non-private Thunderbox. There is no time for any fancy videoing because it's like almost 5 o'clock and we have a lot of work to do and we have to have our supper. So let's get at her. We have some firewood now. So at least we're going to have somewhat of a fire tonight to celebrate the end of our season of backcountry. It's 6 o'clock now. The sun's pretty low. It's going down quick. So we are going to make some supper now first so that we can eat in the light. So we didn't get to see a sunset from this location. The way it set was behind the trees way back there, so there was no point trying to film it. So we're just gonna eat and then we're going to have a fire. Whoop woo! Fire! Here is the view from our site. Here on site 1, you can see the water is still like glass. There's not much of a breeze at all. And the sunset is occurring way down there, but kind of hidden.
Want to go for a jog?
Oh, we're just having some drinks here, and Paula's going to try to get out the tiny chair, which is never easy after a full long day of hiking. These chairs are really low to the ground. And then when you're sore, it's so hard to get up.
I did it.
It's quite a bit colder already. We can see our breath. It's supposed to be -7 tonight, and it's feels like maybe it's getting down closer to 0. So we shall see how it goes. Justin and I are going to fill our water because we need a little bit of drink tonight. You can see the moon over there reflecting in the water. Oh, somebody apparently hung their bear lines here.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 lines hanging broken from the tree. Because what you want to do is hang your bear bags on your campsite, because that's the way to do it.
Yeah, gotta attract the bears to your site.
Yep, that way you get to see them and pet them. Oh, look at the moon over there. And the orange of the sky. What a brilliant night. All right. Pump it up. The pump is such a nice way to fill the water bottles.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like a murder occurred in here.
Uh-huh.
You can see we've got the sunset going on. We've got a moon shining over there, reflecting in the water. Man, what a night. And we can see lots of stars already too.
Oh, yeah.
Justin and I are going to go hang the bear bags now in the pitch black. Paula's going to watch the fire for us while we do this task. Rule of thumb is you're supposed to move about 300 feet from your campsite to hang your bear bags to be safe. That one has pine resin coming off of it.
Yeah, you don't want pine all over it.
Nope. All right, one down, one to go. Beautiful little knot.
Woo! Woo! Ugh, it's too dark. You can't see me. Where's my lights? Doink. So, I was going to mention that we're here on the south end of Provoking Lake, and we can hear the hum of the highway from here. So that's not really a great outdoor experience when you can still hear the highway. And
trains going by.
And trains, we've heard it. The trucks with their engine brakes going. And so if you're looking for that real backcountry quiet experience, Provoking Lake is not it. We are done for tonight. So that means that was our last night in the Algonquin outback till next year. But it was really nice, really relaxing. It's gotten very cold now though, so we are going to go to our tents, try to warm up. What a day that was. What a hike. So now we're going to crawl in bed. In bed, not bread. Bread would be nice. On my mind is some bakery goods.
Yep.
So we're going to crawl into our beds and hope we can stay warm. And we're going to hope Paula's alive in the morning. So with that, say goodnight, Paula.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Justin.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. See you in the morning, hopefully.
It's morning and we're awake. We survived the cold night, but you can see that the trees on the other side there are all got a coating of frost on them. You can see the mist rising through the water here. Still so calm that the water is like a mirror. Just amazing. What a beautiful start to our final day in the park. Right, Justin?
Oh, yeah.
Justin grabbed the bear bags so we can have breakfast.
It's nice and warm.
Woo! And Paula is slowly making her way out of her tent. She had a rough night. She's trying to get those boots warm before she starts walking around in them.
I put these in my boots.
Ah,
and it did warm them up.
Oh, nice. So now she's working her way out of the tent and off to the bathroom, I'm sure.
Yes.
It got pretty cold. Even Justin needed to put on a few extra layers last night.
Yep.
I slept with everything I had with me on and then in my down sleeping bag, and I was toasty all night. Actually, I felt pretty good.
I woke up with my hat off.
Not on purpose.
I think my biggest problem was breathing in the cold air. Every
Right.
time I took a deep breath, I got the chills.
Yeah, now we're going to have breakfast and hang out for a little while. This was another first for us on this trip. From all of our trips, this is the first time. We slept until 7:30. We're always up way earlier with the cold and trying to stay warm in your tent. It made sense to stay in your tent, and that's what we did. So Paula's removing her rain fly because with the condensation from breathing, we both have a layer of frost on the inside of our fly. So not taking any chances that it's going to melt as it gets a little bit warmer and then be watery. So you take it off now and you give it a shake and try to get as much off as possible so you're not carrying extra water weight. Justin's eating his grits. Well, Alpine Air grits. And he added extra noodles.
Some ramen noodles.
Paula's already eating hers, trying to stay warm.
Yes, and making my coffee.
It's been a beautiful morning. We're really enjoying ourselves. We're going to take our time today because it's our last morning of the year. Since it's going to be such a gorgeous day, we still plan to go check out where the McCrae Sawmill was supposedly. So,
right, guys, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, we'll walk off first.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mooter.
Hi, Oma.
Look in here. It's a big field of grass and has all frost on it, which for us, I mean, I don't know if it looks like it on the camera, but it looked pure white. So it looked like a body of water in here. Had to go check it out. So we are on our way, heading home, back to the car. It's 10 o'clock, so we left a little later again, because we just took our time this morning. And, I mean, look at that sky. Absolutely gorgeous. The air is crisp. There's frost on everything. Just going to be a gorgeous hike out. We are coming around now to site 3, and you can see that the trail goes right through the site, like right beside the fire pit. But let's actually see when we see the sign if this is site 3 or maybe an emergency site. I actually don't see a camp sign. Nice fire pit though, and good view. Oh, here we go. Emergency site. That's okay then, for emergencies. All right, on we go. That means we still haven't reached site 3. And we've been walking for a little while, so the distance between those two sites is nice. So you're very private on site 4. So now, very quickly after site, or the emergency site, we are coming up to site 3. But there's people on it, so we're not going to go on. So here you go, site 3, Provoking Lake. Here is the view of Provoking from a little further down, and you can see the clouds have now moved in. It wasn't supposed to be cloudy today. We're hoping that's just all the frost and the trees evaporating and going up, and that it'll clear up again. Here is site 2. We'll have a quick peek because nobody's here. It is a large site on a peninsula. Look at all the room for tent pads there. And you can walk all the way to the end of the peninsula there. There's the fire pit. I've never seen that here before. Wow. That would really reflect the heat back to you though. And of course you can go right to the end of the peninsula. This is a pretty nice site. Look at the views, people. Water all around us here. Okay, this is stunning. I think we're gonna have to come here at some point, Justin.
Yes, I think so.
It's quite nice. Wow. So yeah, this is Provoking too. Even set your tent up out here. Like there's tent pads here. You could go all the way to the end there. I'm not going to today. Paula is waiting for us. But I wanted to show the other side of this peninsula. It's just wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to mark this down in my brain as a site to stay at. I mean, you could just come right in from the Highland Backpacking Trail parking lot, the trailhead, and just come straight here and spend a weekend. It's so beautiful here. What do you think of the snow, Paula?
No.
Yeah, it's flurrying.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
See, come on here, you can see the little flurry.
Wow.
This one is, we're definitely coming back. It is absolutely stunning in here. We are now back on the trail, heading towards Provoking 1. And then, of course, all the other sites are around the other end of the lake. So 1 will be the last one we'll see unless there's an emergency site. Here we are, site 1. So that's our last landmark on Provoking Lake as we near the northern tip of it. Unless there's an emergency site, I can't quite remember. But yeah, then we're gonna hit the fork and then head back towards the detour and trailhead. Coming up to a portage out of Provoking Lake here. Let's have a little peek since we're here and it's open. There's a little marshy area down this end. Lots of tracks in the mud there, whether they're people or animals. Nice. Looks like a nice portage. And since we're on a portage route, it looks like someone is in the middle of completing their portage. There's their canoe. So we are now at the sign here on this side that says Provoking Lake, and we just had a peek on the map. This here is a trail that goes to Lake of Two Rivers. The portage was just back there where I filmed that canoe, and our trail goes this way yet, and there's supposed to be a lookout up here, and we will see if we go. We're feeling pretty good, so it might be happening. Okay, so this goes to the lookout. Are you guys interested in going 250 meters?
It's only 250 meters.
Times 2, so it'll be half a kilometer altogether. Yeah? Good?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to give it a go. The lookout for Starling Lake. But we just got to make sure everybody makes it down the hill safely. The leaves do make it a little bit tricky because they're wet underneath and you do slip. But also you can't see the roots and rocks, so that does add a little dimension to the safety of going down these hills. And on this trail altogether, the Highland Backpacking Trail, there's a lot of rocks and a lot of roots. So you do end up with some pretty sore ankles in the end. But working together as a team, we've made it every time. Just trying to make our way around some deadfall here. Do a little bit of bushwhacking. So we still got to go up here, but even from the little bit that we see, look at that. Look at that view of Starling Lake. So definitely, if you have the energy to do that 250 meters, it's worth it. Here we go. Amazing. Yeah.
Take a picture here.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. I see the beach over there.
Yeah.
So that could be Lake of
There's
Two
a
Rivers.
road.
Yeah.
There's a car going
So that's got to be Lake of Two Rivers. And then this would be Starling Lake. That is gorgeous. Wow. I had heard before that this lookout wasn't that great, but I think it's definitely worth that hike in.
Yes, it is.
Beautiful
I
views.
think so.
Yeah, if Paula thinks that hike was worth it, then it's worth it. Just be prepared for the climbing and the little bit of descending there. Let's have a little peeky down. Without falling. Lost my balance for a second. You would hit that cliff, and then look how far down that is. Wow. All right.
Roll back. Up we go. Thank you.
We are at the split where we started 2 days ago. That was pretty fast. Here's that sign with the split, east and west, and we're going to head back this way. And it's not too far down this path till we hit the workaround around the bridge being out, the detour. So here we are on Starling Lake now, not looking down at it. Can't even see far enough to see where that lookout was. So way in the distance there you can see where we were for the lookout. Paula made it. Yay! Justin made it. Yay! Paula didn't say yay. She was hoping you fell.
No!
Going through the pines.
Ooh. Don't remember this part.
You blocked it out of your mind.
Well, going up is totally different from going down.
Yep. Yeah. Well, going down can happen very controlled or very fast.
I prefer controlled.
As do I. Yay, us.
Yay.
And we are right at the fork, I believe, for the detour. There's the sign for the Highland Backpacking Trail. So again, if you were to go straight, this is a 700-meter walk to where we'll end up. But this crosses the Madawaska at a bridge here that is no longer available for use. So we are told we have to take the detour. Detour is not difficult at all. Nice flat ground. And is about 2.5 kilometers. Very quickly. That seemed much faster than on the way in. But we're back here at this juncture. And we are all the way here at this little point right here. So, according to maps by Jeff, if we just go this little extra distance here and into this little area here, that is where the McCrae Sawmill should be. A nice little pond. You can see the sun's trying to poke her way back through. So the warmth of that is really nice because it's still kind of chilly. Got to keep moving. We're not wearing a lot of clothing to stay warm if we're not moving. Now this is also, I believe, if you rent bikes at Lake of Two Rivers, you can bike along here.
Lake of Two Rivers Sawmill.
So here it's talking about the sawmill. So now we just have to figure out where the sawmill was.
Piece of saw.
Looks like a piece of saw, yeah.
Yeah, bandsaw or something. A good bandsaw.
So right here, we've just gone off the trail not too far. It looks like a piece of metal with teeth on it. So we think we've seen a bit of a wall over here. So we are traipsing through this tall grass, hoping not to get ticks, to go see if indeed this was a wall. Oh yeah, that's a stone wall.
Oh yeah.
I see it. It's not the easiest go to get through here. Okay, we're coming up to that wall. There it is there. The grass makes it impossible to see if there's anything on the ground, any type of leftovers. This looks round, whatever this is.
Oh yeah, I thought it was flat.
And there's some metal work here on this side, right here. Look at this. Oh, big pile of bricks on the ground here with more metal work on it. How's it going, Paula? It's exhausting, eh? Even just going through grass.
It is.
But look at this metal work here. And all on the ground. Here's another wall. Yeah, so there's the remains of something there. Not sure what this round building was, but it has got a lot of metal work in it. Let's have a look. Where Justin is, he's standing on a wall here.
Wall here.
Okay, yeah.
And then you got some bricks.
Some metal work
down there.
Yeah.
All over.
Yeah, so we're on the site.
Perfect area to go swimming to.
Yeah, Lake of Two Rivers. Oh, you can see some timber
Yeah.
with metal work on it in the water there. There's Paula waiting patiently for her insane family. More metal work there. Yeah, we got a pile of rocks here that Justin's standing on. Could have been part of a foundation.
Hello over there.
Hi! Oh, Justin's getting in it. Is it hollow in the middle?
Not hollow, no.
Do you use...
Blocks and more metal.
And a basement. So that's all the pushing through the tall grass that we're going to do. That was actually pretty tiring. So we're just walking a little further down the path just to see if from the path we can see anything. We're thinking there's two towers here. You can see in this photo, and you can see them again in this photo. And we're wondering if one of those was the base that we saw, that circular base. So here we go, back on the main path, crossing the Madawaska. Smooth and serene. So next, we're going to be passing by where the abandoned airfield is. So this is the big flat area, maybe even back there, that we think might have been the old airfield, which, if they were making those Mosquito aircraft down by the McCrae Sawmill, because that's what the sign there said, then they would have needed a runway for those Mosquitoes to take off. But it's a great big open area here. So Justin had gone down and looked at a sign further down, and he just read over to us. He took a photo of the sign, and it did say that this was indeed the airstrip. We did find it, yay. This area was burned to remain open because historically Algonquin has had these open spaces because of lightning strike fires and things like that. It allows foods to grow, like berries and such, that need sun as food for wildlife. We were walking along the path back to the trail, and we see a building in the woods, and it looks like a toilet. So that's interesting that there would be a toilet in the middle of the forest. Yeah. So this goes to show you, like with Brown Lake and that, what they used to look like.
Yeah.
And the one that we found destroyed. So I wonder if there was a campsite around here at one point. So this is where the old bridge was. It's a beautiful area, so I hope they rebuild this bridge.
This is what I remember.
Yeah, this is where we went the first time.
Yeah.
So you can see the bridge is completely gone. I will show you in a second. Just trying to get to this open area here. So yeah, this is a really nice area here. And in the summer, when we came, there was lots of people even just taking some time and enjoying the water here, because it's such a beautiful area. But again, behind Justin's head there, that's the bridge where it was. And they're not even sure they're going to rebuild it. We have climbed a bit of a hill, and now we're at a bit of a lookout area. You can see a lake down through the trees. We'll go up here and have a little look-see. Our last little lookout before descending back down to the trailhead. I remember this spot by the last time we did this trail, I was kind of fed up. And I said I was never going to do the Highland Trail again. But that was 3 years ago, me talking. This year, me, yeah, I'm never doing this trail yet. No, I'm kidding. I see it.
Not when you find the perfect campsite.
That's right. I'm a different person, a different backpacker now than I was back then. And I see the beauty and even the hill climbs. There's just so much to experience here. Never say never. Enjoy the last few seconds of this hike for 2025. And that's something to remember too, even those hills. We are just about done. Another trip in Algonquin. This time completing the Highland Backpacking Trail. We covered about 40 kilometers, which includes that detour. Had a really good time. How do you feel about that trip, Paula?
Good.
Yeah?
Yep.
You enjoyed a lot more the second time?
There was more positives than negatives.
Yeah, I agree. How about you, Justin? What did you think about the Highland?
I enjoyed it, yeah.
One thing to bear in mind for anyone who might want to do the Highland Backpacking Trail is that over its shorter distance, it is considerably harder to do than the Western Uplands. Overall, fantastic trip. What a great way to end the backpacking season in 2025. We're looking forward to being out here again in 2026.
A lot more cars.
Yeah, that's the weekend.